All right, let's copy this URL and let's start doing our own ERC 721 token. The first thing we do, if you remember, in Remix we can import URLs. And what is happening is we are bringing all the family of contracts for the ERC 721 to the Remix environment, okay? And then by using inheritance, we simply say is ERC 721, okay? Now, let's check the implementation. And as you notice, this constructor also requires a name and a symbol. So let's just copy and let's delete this part. Symbol. I'm renaming a bit. I'm renaming the variables. But then we need to initialize the ERC 721 and we're going to pass the name and the symbol that we are receiving. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to simply create a variable that is going to be called counter. Okay? And then we are going to initialize counter to 1. Okay? And this counter is going to be the token ID that we are going to use. Okay? And then we're going to create a function called, let's imagine we create a function where everyone can simply come without any permission and they can simply redeem a NFT in our contract. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we are going to call the function save mint. Okay? There is also a mint. However, if you notice in the comments recommend to use save mint. Okay? So we are just going to follow the instructions and we say save mint. And let's see what save mint receives. And it receives an address and the token ID. So the address is going to be the message sender and the token ID is going to be the counter. Okay? Then the first one that we mint will have an ID of 1. And then we just say counter plus plus and that should be all. Okay? Okay, now let's test. And here we're going to assign a name. Let's call it my NFTs. Okay? And as a symbol can be MYT. All right? And we simply are gonna deploy. And here we have our token instance. Notice how this token has all the functions that are defined in the ERC 721 token standard. Okay? So I can try to see the name, the symbol, the counter, and let's try to get the owner of, let's say, token ID 1. So since there is no owner yet for this particular token ID, it is throwing an error. Okay? So what are we gonna do is let's redeem the NFT. Okay? So let's click redeem and it was successful. Now let's try to query again the owner of the token ID 1. And as you can see, we are getting a value because we already minted the first NFT with the counter value as 1. Okay? Since we are increasing here the counter, then we can basically redeem again. All right, so let's try. Okay, and now let's get the owner of the ID 2. And there we are. We have the same owner.